I think is our personality with our clients. I really try to drive home the fact that we want to be a resource for people as much as a DJ. I think it can be kind of impersonal where, you know, what I'm doing is I'm chatting with a couple, sometimes a year before they get married, 18 months before they get married, and then there's this assumption, it's like, am I gonna hear from this person again? So I think what sets us apart is we wanna be with them through the whole process. It may not always be necessary, but if a customer or you know, a couple has a question, what would you do in this circumstance at a wedding? In this area, would you see us do something different? We want to be there to help them out because it's kind of unique what we do. We're at weddings every weekend, and most people hopefully just get married once in a lifetime, and they put a lot of time and effort into that, so we want to make it as resistance-free as possible. I choose our DJs pretty much based on personality. I think that carries more than the skill of being a DJ itself. So one of the cool things is we have a DJ school that we put everyone through where they learn mixing, they learn how to talk on a microphone, and I think all those skills are really coachable and learnable, but what's not coachable and learnable is, you know, your bedside manner with a client. You know, are you able to level with them? Are you able to share their excitement about their wedding, share their passion about their music selections? So those are really the characteristics I look for first, and then everything else kind of falls into place. Oh man, best thing I've seen on the dance floor has gotta be this wedding I did. I think it was the first year I went full-time with the music, man. Awesome couple, and one of their must-play songs, like told me had to be played, was Bodies by Drowning Pool. And I love heavy music in my free time. I'm kind of a closet metalhead, but I was like, is this really gonna work? And the, you know, bride assured me, trust me, like this is what we play at all of our family barbecues, all of our family reunions, like just trust me on this one. So I did, and lo and behold, like it blew up the dance floor in a good way. Like everyone was out there. People were trying to lift up grandma to go crowd surfing. Like it was incredible. It exceeded my expectation. I didn't really have any expectations, and it just completely exceeded. It was the most ridiculous thing I've seen on the dance floor. It's like grandma quasi crowd surfing to Bodies by Drowning Pool. I'm a big time nerd. I gotta admit, like I'm a big gamer, whether it's, you know, chess, Monopoly, play Magic the Gathering with my friends from time to time, and I just play video games in my off time. It's just a way that I can de-stress, just kind of numb out, but also solve puzzles. You know, I have a very active mind, so for me, just being able to, you know, whether it's trivia or just kind of navigating through a certain game or trying to, you know, crush my friends. Those are all ways to operate my free time. And then, like many people during COVID, I got into gardening too. So I have a little bit of a green thumb. We have a pretty cool garden going on. All types of varieties of tomatoes. I know it sounds nerdy, but my wife loves it. You know, she doesn't have to grocery shop as much. I love it because I know where our food's coming from, and it gets me out in the open. Oh man, music's always been super important to me. I've been a drummer for probably since the age of 10, starting off with hot cross buns, learning the drum set, and that kind of took me into college. At first I wanted to be one of those like talent scouts, right? So you go out and you find the next big Mariah Carey, and I thought I had it made until I, you know, learned real quick that it's probably the most high pressure sales job you could ever have, and you're probably gonna last like 2 years at best. So I had to pivot a little bit and just couldn't really find my footing in the musical world from like a record company standpoint. So I was kind of defeated, moved back home, and funny enough, like my trail of music led me back to a similar cover band that I was drumming back at the age of like 15. I was with these guys, and you know, I'd be at bars, getting Red Bulls instead of beer for the payment and stuff like that. And rejoined them in my early 20s. So we were doing some club work. We were, you know, playing out in the club in the Old Port, and just kind of taught myself how to DJ to fill the set breaks. You know, clubs really liked the fact that we could keep people going all night, and it kind of gave me a little bit to flex my other creative muscle than just kind of hitting drums all the time. So that's how I ended up with DJing, and just always been involved with performance, whether it's like stage or, my youth, I drummed for a lot of musicals, so it's super important to me, and now the way I make a living. I have a couple. I still think Uptown Funk is an absolute bop. I'm just kind of a Bruno Mars junkie, like love his Silk Sonic stuff that he's putting out right now. And I'm also a closet Whitney Houston fan too. So usually if you see me play I Wanna Dance With Somebody, which is often, I'm usually just really getting into it, full hand signals, really just letting it rip. And it's funny because I'll listen to those songs and love them at a wedding. I kind of turn the channel if I'm listening to it on the radio, but it's the reaction that I get from the couples. It's the reaction that I get from the audience, the dancers. That's really kind of what fuels me on to, do my best Whitney impression.